All right, guys, I was supposed to make this video a couple days ago, but I got so crazy busy. Calum Von Moger's brother, Eddie, basically went missing. They couldn't find him. A couple people already reported on this story, a couple of my friends. Anyways, he committed suicide, right? Jumped off a bridge. He was facing legal trouble, and, I've been there a couple times before, facing some serious time that I beat. So things I didn't do. But, these things he did do, but he would have probably been okay. I know when you're facing legal trouble and your freedom, it literally drives you crazy. And your mind goes into some dark places, just thinking about locked up, away from your, family and friends, especially if you have kids. I know he didn't have any children, but especially if you have kids, and it will literally drive you nuts. You have to occupy your life with good things. And I know him and Calum had a drug problem for a while. And I know Calum just got a second chance with court, moved back, started a new life. And I'm sure it's been a struggle for him staying clean, but he's trying to get back into bodybuilding, and boom, this happens. And some people just can't catch a break. I have felt like that before, just one thing after the other. But I don't broadcast it much, just my private life. But I know where they're coming from. I've been through some really, really hard stuff. And now the main focus of this video is this problem with Calum is he's just freshly sober, right? So I couldn't imagine losing your brother now after he just beat all the addictions, the trial and all that. He got let go. Now he has to deal with this. And what is the first thing? Why do people do drugs usually? Some people do it to party. Some people do it to numb their emotions. Something traumatic happened to them. They never figured it out. Some people got into it, for different reasons. I remember when I got on my pain pill, 4 or 5 year addiction, I had 3 surgeries within a month period of time, which wasn't the best thing to do. I should have spaced the surgeries out further. And next thing I know, I was full blown addicted to pain medicine, through the doctors. And they pushed a lot of the pain medicine on me. They had me on a lot. Just because my size, and I was hurting a lot. And that's how I started my journey with my pain medicine. And it took everything I had in my soul to get off this junk, opiates. And I know they weren't on opiates. I think they were doing mostly meth, which I never even tried something like that. I'm not saying one's better than worse, but they both numb you. Drugs, what the problem with drugs is they work. Temporarily, they numb your emotions. They make you feel a certain way, and they work temporarily. That's why people do them. But in the long run, they wreck your life completely. And for myself, and probably Calum too, he probably didn't even touch stuff like that before. I mean, anabolics and steroids, stuff like that. But recreational stuff, all it takes is one time, and you go down that wrong path. He had a lot of injuries. He couldn't work out. I was in the same boat before too. I couldn't train for two years of at a time for a 2-year period, and I was in a lot of pain. And that's how I got addicted to the pain medicine. But he has to stay clean now. He can fall back into that vicious circle, and it's like your brother passed away. I mean, I don't even know. I know what he's going through because I've had. My mom, that was my best friend, passed away at an early age in 2014 of cancer. And I've had some of my best friends, your best friends that you talk to every day, pass away. It's sometimes now I feel like I don't even have any of those best friends to call. I still have a couple, but my best friends in the world, when you're going through a rough day or just need to talk, I pick up the phone and they're not here anymore. About 3 or 4 of them. It's really hard, and he's dealing with his brother. So he's got to have positive people around him and do whatever he needs to do to not pick up whatever he, pipe or whatever he was, however he was doing this, the meth or not get into drinking or any addiction to numb this pain he's going through. Which is, I'm sure it seemed like they were fairly close. So I'm sure it's, a lot of pain, and it sucks because our industry is full of a lot of bad news. There were always, just earlier, Sergio Olivia Jr. was arrested in Dubai for a minor accident, and now the person he had an accident with and another accident with, the guy passed away. And if they find any drugs in his system, which they did drug test him, Dubai is not United States. There's not the same system here. They go by, it's an Islam country that have different laws and very, very strict laws. That's why Dubai is such a safe place, because the strict penalties for especially drug infractions. And if he has something in his system, it's not going to be good. It's a little off topic, but that's, things are constantly happening in our industry. And I wish there was a lot more positive, but there are positives, but there's a lot of negatives too. Bodybuilding is an extreme sport, or whatever you want to call it, beauty pageant, lifestyle, and a lot of, craziness goes into it. But I just hope Calum could keep his head straight. I know a lot of people don't really care about him. Just keep your comments to yourself. I don't know him personally. I was going to do the video when it happened, but I just got so busy, and it's hard for me to make videos sometimes with crazy kids, especially a 3-year-old son. So to find quiet time, but I can hope he stays sober, hope he stays on the right track and surrounded by positive people. I know they were in a lot of trouble before together, and life goes on, and of course he's going to miss his brother, but he has to adjust and just keep going. And life is just like this. Some people it's easier than others. Some people have it really, really rough. But I hope and pray that he, stays straight. All right, guys, comment below. Tell me what you think about his brother's passing. And the thing with suicide is, I've had several friends committed suicide, going all the way back to junior high, which was so hard to understand. And all it takes is that one dark second, and that person, boom. People are like, oh, I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming. Because some people are happy all the time. All it takes is that dark moment when you're alone and just have those dark thoughts to yourself, and you feel like there's no way out. I've been there before. I've been there, but I have the willpower to understand. Hey, there's another day. There's another day. Life gets better. So just always remember that, because I know people struggle with suicidal thoughts all the time. I mean, it's a common thing that happens, and certain times people take certain things too that make it worse, like recreational drugs, which they think it's better at first, but like I said, then it gets really bad. So if you're feeling like suicidal, just make sure you're around people. Let people know the ways you're feeling. Don't just try to keep it inside and handle it yourself, because sometimes it's too much to handle. Sometimes you do need to talk to somebody, whether it be a counselor, a preacher, which one of your best friends, some family member. And if you reach out to someone and you're serious, they're going to take you serious and take time. A few of my friends that, did it in the past, I wish they were more vocal about it and spoke up, but they kept everything inside. But as men, sometimes we feel like we have to, but we don't. There's people that care. All right, guys, have a beautiful day.